Hey moms, welcome back to the podcast. If you're here, I know you're raising a tween and teen daughter who sometimes leaves you with you scratching your head wondering, why on earth does she blame me for everything? From not being allowed to go to that sleepover, to not having the right shoes, or even her hair not doing what she wants it to do. And somehow, mom is the scapegoat. So today we're going to talk about why our daughters tend to pin it all on us. And I'll give you one powerful secret that shifts the blame game into responsibility. That's establishing core values. If you are frustrated with how to get your teenage daughter to open up to you because all you want is to connect with her as you once did, you're in the right place. Hey, I'm Jeannie Baldomero, a former rebellious teen, now mom of 3 young adults, educator, and the mom mentor, equipping you to create open communication with your girl so she can come to you about anything, even if she's scared. So grab your oat milk latte, breathe, and let's do this together. We know, mom, that we can't do things alone. And this is why you're here listening to this podcast, so that you feel less alone in this season of raising your teen daughter. It could be hard and it can be exciting. It's a dynamic relationship, as my daughter calls it, mother and daughters. And we can't ride this ride alone. We seek wisdom from women who have done it 10 years ahead of us. And you know what? We're going to be that woman that's going to be guiding other moms who are entering the teen stage 10 years from now. But one thing's for sure is that we definitely need support, encouragement, and community. And that is why I have a free Facebook mom community just for you, for moms raising tween and teenage daughters. This is a special community that encourages each other. It also allows us to really reflect on what we're thankful for, what we're struggling with, and most of all, know that we're not alone. I want you to come and join us. This is why. Because sometimes we think we can go at it alone, but the reality is we want to be in community. We want to know that this phase is normal, and we want to know that what's happening in your daughter's life is not only happening in your daughter's life, and your life could be happening in somebody else's life. And that is okay. So come and join our free mom community at raisingherconfidently.com. I personally invite you to be a part of this community that will surely allow you to feel comforted, less alone, and in community. That's raisingherconfidently.com. It was my senior or junior prom in the early 90s. And I remember getting ready for it. I had my blue velvet dress. I was right in front of the mirror. I had my makeup on, and the last thing I had to do was my hair. I recall my mom really wanting to be a part of this special milestone with me. And getting ready was a thing for me. I was a bit frustrated because my hair would not listen. It was just frizzy. I guess it was humid that day that the curls weren't staying, and I was getting really, really frustrated at the situation. My mom wanted to help. She tried to put her arms in, and I snapped during that time and told her to leave me alone out of frustration. In a way, I was blaming her for staring at me in the mirror, not out of admiration, but really watching me as I was fixing my hair, feeling like I was walking on eggshells and I couldn't do it right. And as I was getting more and more frustrated with myself, my mom was just the easy target. I remember that clearly, and I'm sure she felt awful for me to attack her in that way during a special milestone out of my own frustration. Well, let's understand this. Why did I do that? And why does she blame you for everything? So let's get into some of these reasons. I'm going to give you 3 why your daughter tends to push the blame onto you. Number 1, it's easier to project than to process. And I think that's what I was doing. I was projecting my mom about my frustration instead of processing it myself. Teenagers are still learning how to handle big feelings, frustration, disappointment, embarrassment. Rather than admit, I'm upset because I feel left out or I'm mad because I didn't plan ahead, it's easier to turn to you, mama, and say you're the reason because you're the safe place. I'll say it one more time, because you're the safe place. Even though it doesn't feel good, her projecting those feelings onto you means she feels secure enough to do it. Number 2, independence versus dependence creates friction. She wants more control and freedom, but she's still dependent on you for rules, boundaries, guidance, rides, and money. That tension is frustrating for her. In her mind, you're the roadblock to her independence. So everything she wants but can't have feels like it's your fault. But in reality and in logic, it isn't. And number 3, you're the closest target. Quite simply, you're her closest relationship. When things don't go her way, whether it's school stress, friend drama, or body image struggles, she often won't take it out on her friends or teachers. Instead, she unloads at home where she feels the safest. And unfortunately, Mama, you become the lightning rod for all her storms. And that's why it feels like she's blaming you for everything. So here it is. I'm not going to leave you there because it doesn't feel good to know all the reasons why. But what do you do about it? The secret to shifting the blame game. So here it is. What do we do? How do we help her move from pointing fingers at you to actually taking responsibility for her choices and her thoughts and her actions? Well, here's the secret. Establish family core values. That's it. When your family has clear, written down values that everyone agrees to, things like respect, honesty, responsibility, kindness, suddenly the focus shifts. It's not just mom's rules versus daughter's wants. It's about who we are as a family. Here, I'll give you an example. Instead of mom won't let me stay out late, it becomes, in our family, one of our values is safety. That means we communicate where we are and when we'll be home. Instead of mom's nagging me about homework, it becomes our family values is responsibility, which means we take ownership of our commitments. See how that works? I know it's not going to happen just like that. It's not a magic pill where it automatically solves problems. But when we enforce our family rules and constantly go back and remind them to our kids, more and more and less would the blame be on you and more on their responsibility based on your family values. See how that works? Core values take the personal blame off of you and place the responsibility where it belongs, on the choices each family member makes, right? So over time, this is going to help your daughter stop seeing you as a problem and start recognizing her role in her own growth, right? It starts to point the finger back at her, not at you. It turns the finger pointing into a mirror moment, okay? So mama, the next time your daughter blames you for why her hair won't cooperate or why she can't go to the party, remember, it's not really about you. It's about her learning to manage emotions, navigate independence, and figure out her own place in the world. And if you want to set her up for success, I want you to start by creating those family core values. I actually have a clarifying core values activity in my Talk to Your Teen Girl framework that allows families to establish, really understand and get curious of what each family member values and how you can come together in a collaborative way to come up with your core values. They're not just words on the wall, they're a compass, really, that will guide your daughter from blame to responsibility and your relationship from conflict to connection. Okay. Thanks for hanging out and really listening to this episode. And if that hits home, do me a favor, share it with another mom who needs to hear this and needs to reminder that she's not alone. And remember, you're not alone. Remember to come and join that free Facebook group if you're not a part of it yet. Join me at raisingherconfidently.com. Hey friend, if this podcast inspired you or encouraged you or helped you in any way, I'd love for you to share it. You can screenshot this episode and share it in your stories on social media or text it to a friend who can use the support. It's the best way you can thank me. I want to let other mamas know they are not alone. I'd love to stay connected with you. You can find me at raisingherconfidently.com. Until next time, live full of grace, Jeannie.